Mike Steph, this marks a new beginning. Thanks for supporting a total reinvention. The soul is still here, but the vibe's a little different. Unpredictable, hide the kids and the women. Sports of all sorts, music mixed with living. Rep New York City, but ain't the politician. Always bring the heat, Steph bacon in the kitchen. Big shout to y'all, I appreciate the listen. Donnie put the rest, but I'm still in the best. In the word of what I do, all y'all know the rest. I live it, I breathe it, I'm the whole definition. The pinnacle, the ultimate, I'm on a new mission. The salty thoughts of Mike Steph, featuring the one and only Mike Steph, the best in the world of what he does. Tap in. What up, people? I said, what up, people? Welcome to a very impromptu edition of the Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph podcast, one of my infamous Sprinkler of Salt episodes, hosted by none other than the one and only Mike Steph, best in the world at what he does. That sound is the Energizer bunny that keeps on going and going and going and going and going. Is almost out of energy, but yet I stuck my big size 10 foot in my mouth, and I am a man of my word. And I said I was going to give y'all the Backlash recap that y'all sorely needed, and that's what I'm planning on giving y'all this week. I'm giving y'all two for the price of one. And unlike the last time I said I was going to give y'all two, you know, there's a floating episode, a missing episode, if you will, floating around somewhere in my laptop. Yeah, it's not really floating. I know exactly where it's at. But there's an episode missing. And I don't know when, if ever, it's going to drop. Because by the time that I was planning on dropping it, it was kind of not the right time to drop it. So it is, when it finally does come out one of these days, one of these months, one of these weeks, one of these years even, it is episode 52 of the Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph podcast. But being the fact that it hasn't seen the light of day, this one I have to do. So I told y'all I'm going to give y'all a Backlash recap, and that's exactly what I'm going to get y'all. I'm going to get in and get out. I know I say that, and I end up being here for an hour and a half, 2 hours. No, this is literally going to be a sprinkle of salt. They gave us a 5-match card. The pay-per-view is actually short, so why should I be longer than the pay-per-view? That would make no sense. That would make literally no sense. And plus, I'm not going to lie. The reason I went to double back, I wanted to show y'all the new graphics, some of the updated graphics that I choose to use for you to view, and being the fact that episode 52 might not ever see the time of day, I figured I'll do it right here. So without further ado, let's get the show on the road. I'm letting y'all know, like I said, 5 matches in and out. Gonna give y'all the result. I'm gonna let y'all know what I liked of the match, what I liked about the pay-per-view. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here because I ain't gonna lie, I'm hungry. All I've had is some grapes and some trail mix today, based on what I felt like doing. But my wife cooked a superb dinner of short ribs and beef, some barbecue chicken, some mashed potatoes, some broccoli. And I am going to indulge in that as soon as I finish recording this here episode. So without further ado, yes, Sister Ooh, yeah, see, I'm giving you twice the brother that you love, the brother you richly. Yeah, so goodbye. And goodbye. And good night. Yeah. Ain't that a bitch? I'm sorry. I just got distracted from this ongoing Kendrick Lamar Drake battle because I just looked in the DMs and these cocksuckers are still going at it. So I guess Drake just responded. Nah, Drake. Nah, Drake, insulting someone with getting molested as a child sounds like something a pedo would say. Nah, Drake, bringing up that Kendrick was molested as a child is a huge L for Drake. What kind of weirdo, goofy shit is this? Nah, Drake is trending at #1. If I dropped the diss and the trend is nah, I'd keep it stepping. I'd keep it moving. Nah, Drake was all over Twitter yesterday, and not everyone up. Nah, Drake, nah. Show the text from OVO that you said with some clowns in the same song, and you told quit. Yeah, I'm reading live text on the air. I know there's supposed to be a Backlash recap, but guess what? Still gonna be a Backlash recap. Maybe there's a reason why I say, I'm gonna have a sprinkle of salt. Nah, Drake, that wasn't enough. Mama I Sober is about accusations of molestation. Kendrick was not molested, but his mother projected her past traumas onto him. You can't be serious with the trash ass angle. Yeah, you see how people like to deflect? You see? Listen, okay. I'll talk about this at a later time. Let's get into this Backlash recap that seems kind of really doesn't really matter anymore now, does it? I have to just make anyway. First match on the docket. First match on the docket. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton got defeated by the new bloodline, which is Solo Sikoa, TANGA, and the newest addition to the bloodline, Tanga Loa, the former Camacho from back in the day, returning to the WWE after a long excursion in New Japan. Did you really think that Tanga was going to come to WWE and Tanga Loa was not going to be in tow? Who's next? Hikuleo? It seems like they saving Jacob Fatu to be the big joker in the stack, and I definitely agree. Now look at this picture. Doesn't Paul Heyman look like a hostage? Doesn't if you watch this match over again and you just concentrated on Heyman in the background the whole time, he's looking like a hostage. He's looking like he's being held hostage the whole time, which is masterful. When the bloodline is in control, he seems stoic or distressed. When the bloodline is getting their ass whooped, he seems a little bit relieved. Remember last week, he divulged the information that he removed Roman Reigns from the WWE draft. That Roman left him in charge of the bloodline, but is he really in charge? Solo looks like he's pulling all the moves right now. Now, talking about this match, at the very beginning, the introductions with Kevin Owens was emotional because he's French Canadian, so that's emotional to him. But the crowd allowed themselves to be a character both positively and negatively. Being at the very beginning, the crowd singing Randy Orton's song was great. It really, to me, set the tone for not only the match, but the whole show. I never personally saw that before. I've never heard that before of the crowd singing, I hear voices in my head. They talk to me. They understand. They talk to me. They talk to me. They talk to me. Oh, they talk to me. I've never saw that before. I've never heard that before, but the crowd was lively. Saying the crowd was lively was an understatement. Your crowds always add something extra heat to extra heat to the product. Adding extra heat to an already hot product made it bubbling over with lava. They were so loud at times that the crowd was actually shaking. It's reminiscent for my old school heads, for my lapped fans out there, of the Canadian Stampede in '97, in which the Hart Foundation faced the team of Ken Shamrock, Stone Cold, the Legion of Doom, and Goldust. And that Calgary Saddle Dome was rocking, like literally rocking back and forth. So, you know, it was crazy. It was reminiscent of that. It's funny how that one spot years ago with Randy Orton in the Bollywood Boys taking those bumps on the announcer table has become an ongoing spot, and it's almost like he gave Tanga an initiation to WWE with those kendo stick shots and those back body drops or those back suplexes onto the announce table. Like, it's funny how one spot where he just flipped one of the Bollywood boys up and over that announce table turned into another spot on his moveset. Now, the brawl to begin was great because it showed the hatred between these two teams. And to change it up a little bit to a street fight was genius because it was able to hide whatever deficiencies might have been at a straight up one-on-one battle between the Bloodline and Orton. It played to the strength of all four men. Let's just put it that way. You know, now Tangaloa debuting, helping the Bloodline to victory was something I didn't see. Like I said, I didn't see. I thought if anything there was going to be rumors. I'm so glad that nowadays on days of P.L.Es, I kind of removed myself from the situation. I removed myself and don't look on social media. So everything that's coming at me is nice and fresh and a surprise. And this was helped by the Drake and Kendrick situation. Keep on dropping. Because anytime I happen to go on social media, that curated my timeline. So I was Backlash free, Backlash spoiler free. I didn't watch Backlash until about 5 o'clock in the morning to get myself ready for my foray on the gimmick infringement. So yeah. The first match was a great match, was a good match. And not really much to be said about that. You know, now where does it lead? It leads to more segments of Paul Heyman being scared out his cotton picking mind, Solo getting his troops together, and Solo really realizing his claim to the throne. Remember, he's supposed to be the tribal chief heir, the heir to the tribal chief. And he's like, look, Roman ain't here. That makes me in charge. So, yeah, guess so. Nah, Drake. Drake really dropped the song about not being a pedophile. Like, he really dropped the song about, yo, I don't know what you talk about. Like, I haven't even listen. To me, safe to say, Kendrick Lamar already won. Has the 69 guard in full backtrack mode. Nah, Drake. After it's trending #1. Nah, Drake, fire them niggas, Drake. Nah, I know you use ghostwriters, Drake, but making a song completely composed from Drake's Stan account tweets is just lame, Drake. Nah, Drake. Drake really released this song. He brought up Kendrick's supposed molestation. Needless to say, Kendrick Lamar is going to murder this nigga. Yeah, I said it. Like lyrically, physically, spiritually. I was just talking about lines being crossed. So, because he got accused of liking young girls, he's accusing of exposing him for getting touched when he was. Okay, match number 2. Match number 2 on the agenda. Bayley retained the title against Naomi versus Naomi and Tiffany Stratton. Tiffy is over. Tiffy time is over. But it makes you wonder. The 2 crowds that she's been ultimately over in has been overseas crowds. Have been crowds that, dare I say, probably don't lean toward the darker persuasion. Don't lean toward minorities. Like, yeah, like I said, I'm taking it there. Perth, Australia. Shoot, everybody knows about the the problems that they have, the prejudice they have against the Aborigines. So did you really think they were going to cheer for NAOMI over Tiffy, over Tiffy time? You know, the blonde hair, blue-eyed wonder? Do you think that Gay Parade, even though it wasn't Paris, but ooh la la, ah we say Muhammad Ali, I say Cassius Clay, I say butter, you say parquet. It's all right if you want to take a trade on the way uptown. Take the deuce to the trade. I originate, they duplicate. I praise the Lord and keep the faith. It's all right, keep biting at the bait. 92, yeah, 1 year later. Peace out, Premier, take me out with the fader. You really think they were going to cheer for an African American and a Mexican American, Puerto Rican American, Spanish American over the blonde hair, blue-eyed wonder? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Listen, I know I don't have much fans, any listeners, any viewers in France. But I've had some experience with people from France. Why do you think anytime? Anyway, let's get to the match. Tiffany was over. NAOMI proved that she belonged in a title match. To me, this was probably top 5 of my women's matches this year. And that's not an overstatement. That's probably an understatement. The moves, the chemistry that these three had, with Bayley being the sage veteran, with NAOMI showing improvement, with Tiffy more than holding her own. It was a thing of beauty. What was even more a thing of beauty was Bayley winning, but not only that, the sisterhood displayed by Bayley and NAOMI at the end. Some people thought that maybe they was lingering so much that NAOMI was going to turn on Bayley. No. I didn't think so. That embrace at the end after Bayley reversed the roll up on NAOMI and got the 3 count, and NAOMI sitting there, and she's disappointed, but she's more proud of her friend, and they're off. They're out of the ring. Their off-screen chemistry shined through right there, because it was like, yo, my girl doing her thing, and I was blessed to be a part of helping my girl do her thing. That little hug and kiss meant the world. Everybody knows outside that, you know, they have a connection with Mercedes along with Tamina and them. Like that foursome rocks. So that was just like a little glimpse into their real life. Where does this leave NAOMI? It leaves NAOMI probably to be a gatekeeper. It leaves Tiffany still free to challenge because she was not the one that got pinned. And it leads to probably Nia Jax staking her claim as the next challenger. I believe Nia Jax will probably be the next challenger, and they'll save Tiffany Stratton. They'll save her next big title shot for SummerSlam. I can see that. So, salt shakers, I give this 4.5 salt shakers on a scale of 1 to 5. Nah, Drake. Nah, that the ones that you're getting your stories from, they're all clowns. But you just said you're feeding K. Dot fake stories. Clown? Nah, Drake, you gotta quit rap. Nah, Drake, you sound tired. It's over. Dot definitely won. We are all going to go to sleep now until the bat signal jumps up again. Because, listen, you sound very, 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 very agitated on the Heart Part 6, right? You sound like a nigga that said, oh, shoot, you know what? I need to discredit everything right now. Oh, yeah, I'm going to cover this up. Yo, I fed you fake stories. Yo, I did this. Yo, I did that. Yo, your girl is still doing this. Your girl can... Yeah, all right. Nah, Drake. Nah, you need some original themes here. Need some original themes here. Kendrick opens a song. Famous actor is spiraling. Copies. Pulitzer winner is spiraling. This is a good one. K. Dot called his song 616, and he goes, the heart part 6. Tries to copy the A minor bar with, yo, your people need to be more sharp. Sounds tired, sounds defeated, sound reactive and not proactive. Nah, Drake. Nah. Come on, Drake. Did you really think just releasing I'm taking my ball and going home is going to be the end of this? Nah, it sounds like you at the end you told Kendrick, yo, you no longer could come over to my house and play with my PlayStation. That's what I hear on the Heart Part 6. That sounds like, nah, Drake, nah. That's not it. I'm letting y'all know I'm giving credit to all these people. Where I'm giving credit to the fact that I'm reading these tweets live in the middle of a Backlash recap. This is gonna be Backlash recap / the Heart Part 6 part whatever recap. Nah, Drake. These writers are setting him up. Who's this? Kuya. Nah, Drake. We don't want to hear you say nigga no more. We don't want to hear you use people getting molested as a gotcha no more. We don't want you flexing your sloppy sections no more. We don't want to see you use black artists for relevance no more. And that's courtesy of Kuya. Football, basketball, and hip-hop, K-pop enthusiasts on X. I don't know if there's a bot, but whatever it is, seems like it got credence. Nah, Drake. Next, Jade versus Damien. The story of this match, to me, was the following. First of all, Damian Priest retained the title against Jey Uso. Like, that was like a fait accompli, right? The story of the match was this. Damian Priest not wanting help from the Judgment Day, but yet receiving it anyway in ways, in abundance, in ways of that Damian Priest had no idea that he was receiving this help. He didn't even know it, which is hilarious because he thinks he did it all by himself. All by himself. And him bossing them around like, yo, I told y'all I didn't need this help. Yo, why y'all help? Not realizing those motherfuckers saved his title not once, not twice, not 2, 3 times, but 4 times in the match. Twice by JD and twice by Finn Balor. And yeah, he bossing them around like he's the big man. But then, but the breakup is coming. Then what? I'll tell you what. The breakup is coming because Dom is creeping with Liv. Rhea is out until the end of the summer. So when she comes back, she's gonna have a beeline with Liv. And listen, if she gave a fuck about the Judgment Day, don't you think she'd be making appearances? Don't you think she'd be making phone calls? Don't you think she'd be making promos and sending them in? She don't give a fuck about y'all. Not only is her ego injured, her body's injured. She's no longer champion. She don't give a fuck about y'all. And Damian Priest is going to mess around and push the Judgment Day to the side, turn face, and guess what? It Clash at the Castle. When he's going to need their help the most, they're going to be nowhere to be found, and Drew McIntyre will be your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Unfortunately for Jey Uso, down since day one, it's been the Uso. Day one, it's just me, Uso. Day one-ish. Unfortunately, he was set up as the challenger of the month. Will he be involved in the King of the Ring tournament? Probably not. He's always going to have in his back pocket be a number 1 pick in the draft for Raw, but where does Jey Uso go from here? It's going to be interesting because there was a little foreboding in the background prior to the match where the new bloodline plus the new member went up to Jey and gave and ice grilled him. And then Paul gave him a look as in, help me. Like, I got to do what I got to do, but help me. I swear this is leading to original bloodline versus new bloodline. Roman's going to come back. That's why they took Jimmy out. So therefore, something's going to happen where that bloodline is going to be pretty much about to murder Jay on some invasion type shit. And Jimmy and Roman, Jimmy's gonna come to his aid, and then the big Oos is gonna come and run ran shop. But right now, I'm looking at it, it's gonna be 4 against 3. Adding The Rock, 5 against 3. I don't know. Gotta have some reinforcements, but sure, I can see the reinforcement right now. It seems like anyway. To me, Damian Priest just doesn't have it. And when I say it, I mean it. I'm happy that he's getting his time to shine, but he screams transitional champion. He screams, yo, we had this briefcase. We don't want to do him dirty. He brought Bad Bunny to us. He helped Bad Bunny get over. He helped sell out Backlash 2023. So we want to do right by him. But if and when, or should I say when, he turns face and loses that title, I don't know. This whole thing of him acting like the Undertaker, rise, 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 rise. And that's just corny. So, yeah. It's going to be interesting. Damian Priest retains his WWE World Heavyweight Championship over Jey Uso. Nah, Drake. Nah, ain't no way this is what you end up dropping after what Kendrick just did to you the last 2 days. Nah, Drake, you lost. Nah, Drake, bringing up Millie Bobby Brown lets us know that you lack complete self-awareness. Nah, Drake, bringing up a molestation isn't a diss because it happens to people. Corny ass colonizer. Nah, Drake. Nah. Not Drake trying to say he's too famous to mess with underage girls and using Kendrick apparently getting molested as a gotcha. Nah, Drake, it's over. You know it's over, man. Nah, I'm really convinced you looked for 24 hours and really didn't have any more dirt on K-Dot. So you wrote the Heart Part 6 based on everything you was reading from your stance on Twitter. Nah, Drake. Nah, let's be honest. That the whole camp created a fake story to feed Kendrick's team stuff. It's just a narrative your fans created online, and you saw that as an opportunity to back out of this battle. Because, like I said it before, and I said again, this is a battle that he's trying to back out. It's like, nah, you know what? I don't even feel like dissing you no more because you on some fuck shit. Blah, 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 blah. Nah. We're not trying to hear that. We are not trying to hear that. I want to hear doom. I want to hear that shit from SVU when it comes to that cocksucker. Because listen, anyway, on to the continuing with the recap. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defeated the Kabuki Warriors for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Now, my little thing on this is this. The double flex by Team Red was something special. When I say something special, I say something special. Look at that. Look at that melanated skin. Look at that strong black women with the gold and the silver and the white and the black. I'm black and I'm proud. Black and proud. The double flex by Team Red was special. I can't front. But let me ask you this question. Let me just ask you this question. Is it me? Is Kyrie saying underrated or is she overrated? I think it's a combination of both. Like, to me, personally, she has been nice since her NXT days. Everything else that she's done to me has been underwhelmed. Or maybe this is just a possibility. Maybe Asuka and Io are just that much above, just that great that she pales in comparison. But I will give credit where credit is due. That ending sequence when Jade catches her, she catches her, flips her around, and then puts her into a Jaded, shows the amount of strength that Jade has and shows the amount of skill that Kyrie has in being tossed around like a rag doll. I'm just saying. So, new champs crown. The ending was chaotic. For a minute, I actually forgot and lost track of who was the legal people, but Bianca ended up really sorting everything out. Bianca and Asuka sorted it out. Bianca pins Asuka for the championship, and Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to go live right here on Facebook. My brother from the A, my brother from Georgia, Low Fat Beats, just put this out. Drake don't want to play no more. Sounds like he gave up. Sounds like a give up song. And I'm going to heart that because I agree. I agree. Sounds like his feelings were hurt. Sounds like his ego was hurt. Sounds like, shoot, Bianca, Jade, and NAOMI are more of a big three than his self-proclaimed Big D. Sure, I'm about to wrap this up. Continuing reading off these tweets from the Drake trending topic. Drake, when he sees Drake's trending, after everyone is still Team Kendrick, Drake trending after he thought he cooked. Like, Drake seeing Drake trending and thinking that Kendrick still winning the beef. Drake is a weird nigga making fun of sexual assault victims. Drake, this track is sounding like a self-defense record. Safe to say that Drake seems like he's waving the right flag in on this one. Drake, salvage your name and just call it quits. Just call it quits. Try to save some face with some club bangers and take the L, because this shit was weak. Shit was weak. Weak, I say. What? Yeah, you heard it. What? Nah, Drake. Nah, this shit ain't cutting it. Now, Cody Rhodes retains the undisputed WWE Championship against AJ Styles. What I wrote in my notes, the singing continues. First, they did some nah type song for AJ every time he got on offense, because it's something dealing with phenomenal and he's the phenomenal one. So, but that shit, I'm sorry, that shit was, they were getting themselves over. They were trying to take over the show. They were becoming annoying at this point. I'm not gonna lie. Now, the singing for the intros, they did that for AJ. Of course, they sung Cody Rhodes, adrenaline in my soul, for Cody. But quick question for everyone. And this is a question that actually I meant to bring up with my brethren. Is Cody better as a champ? What's the challenger? Think about it. It's all good now, but I see the cracks in the armor. How long will this last? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm attracted to the underdog. I'm attracted to underdog status. Once they reach that pinnacle, I'll start looking for the next underdog. That's how I am. It looks funny in the light for Cody to have the belt. This is coming from someone that is used to the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, having the title. It seems off. I don't know. Him walking down with the belt, him raising the belt up, him just being proclaimed WWE Undisputed Champion, just seems off. But I guess that's what happens when you have a tribal chief hold it for damn near 4 years straight. Also, even though I know why, is this going to be an ongoing thing during his reign, that every rivalry, every feud he has to have Dusty Rhodes mentioned, has to have Dusty Rhodes as a focal point? Like, I don't know. I'm quite sure it's not his doing, but he's allowing it. Because I remember there was a time that listen, it's just certain rivalries, I don't believe you should save that for the ace in the hole. Like when it was brought up last year when he was going the first time against Roman, great. When it was brought up against The Rock, I get it. Great. AJ Styles, since this is a one-off, I don't think it should have been. The crowd is so loud. Like I said before, it was shaking his camera. The Stardust tribute was interesting as him being champion. But did y'all notice that they tried to incorporate the reports of the injured shoulder? But if you remember, when he initially tweaked that shoulder, he tweaked the right shoulder. But yet in this match, he was selling that the injured shoulder was his left shoulder, which means to me that the right shoulder is okay, and they were trying to use the rumors online to their advantage. He sold it in the match. Now, there was a spot in the match that I had to even do a double take with my sleepy eyes. Like, whoa, did Cody just kick out at 1 and proceed to Hulk up? Really? That's what we're doing now? That's what we're doing? We're hulking up? This crowd was self-indulgent to the point that it started. I'm glad the match ended the way it ended, because it was starting to really irk me and take me out of the mood. The one interesting thing about this match was the finish. Cody won as expected off of 1 crossroads. One singular crossroads. Now, yes, we know it took the trifecta to beat the tribal chief, the head of the table. We get that. But you would think, in order to protect AJ Styles into being a credible potential repeat challenger, that, yeah, he did have the super Cody cutter, but 1, that's almost like back in the days of Brock Lesnar, where if he beat you with 1 F5, you were garbage. You were trash. I don't know. This is going to be interesting, because looking at the landscape on SmackDown, I really don't see any other challenges unless y'all turn. Y'all going to turn Randy heel eventually? Probably. I can see that. It's backstory. You're going to turn Kevin Owens heel? I can see that. I don't like it, but I can see it. You're going to turn Bobby Lashley heel. Well, they tried that. Didn't work. Are we going to have a lot of respect matches? Like Cody's having an open challenge. I really don't see another challenger on the horizon, because right now you're not going to have Solo and them in the mix, because they're still trying to build up their faction. It's going to be interesting. I know that's a common refrain from me, and I damn sure didn't think I was going to go 37 minutes and counting, but I didn't think Drake was going to be a trending subject. And I was just telling Tyler they was going to be on some bullshit and drop again. Somebody was going to drop again. Ain't this a bitch? Nah, Drake. Nah, Drake. You trying to hop out of this beef? You ain't going nowhere, nigga. As soon as Kendrick releases, you got to stand on business. Nah, Drake. If you fed him the info about having a daughter, wouldn't you respond more along the lines like, I got this dude that actually had proof? Nah, hold on. Can someone find my hidden daughter, please, and send it to me? These guys are in shambles. Nah, Drake, this dude didn't even listen to the song. Even if he was molested, how you gonna clown for somebody being sexually assaulted? That's what he's beating. That's what he's claiming you are. That you do. Like, family ties. They accused my cousin. Didn't he touch you, Kendrick? Never lied, but no one believed me when I said he didn't. That is from the song in which he's trying to portray that Kendrick admitted that he was molested as a child. Drake is not a name that you're going to see on no sex offender list. It was saying Aubrey Graham, motherfucker. Of course you're not going to see Drake on a sex offender list. It's going to say Aubrey Graham. Just when I thought it wouldn't get deeper, it get deeper and deeper. Nah, Drake, you could have kept this record. He didn't say anything except you keep talking about pedo shit because you got molested. Nah, that was not a smart response. imagine coming out with the response of, don't talk about me being a pedophile. That nigga got molested. That nigga got touched. That nigga got his balls touched. Nah, I like stuff with no grass on it. I like it to feel pamper fresh. Listen. That brings us to the end of a very, very unexpected edition of the Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph podcast, Sprinkler Salt edition. I thought I was just going to be on here recapping Backlash. And guess what? Guess what happened to my surprise? Ding, 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 motherfucker. More beef. More diss tracks. More Drake. Kendrick is coming. You know he's coming. He's probably going to come before I even drop this damn video. But I'm going to get out while the getting is good. Please check me out on Gimmick Infringement on the 19 Media Group YouTube channel, where I joined Tyler McDowell for our unique view, unique recap of Backlash 2024. We talked about this beef. We talked about the Knicks, this current iteration of the Knicks, and compared it to the 04 iteration of the Detroit Pistons. You know, the ones that actually beat the Lakers, the cohesion. Anyway, check me out over there. Check me out when I drop later on today with a full-fledged, full-length episode of the Salty Thoughts of Mike Steph, where I talk about and get y'all ready for the Knicks against the Pacers, and how we got rid of those cocksuckers from the city of brotherly love, the 76ers. Damn, like I really listen. This has been a wild weekend. And as a content creator, even though I hate that saying, I love when shit just falls right in my lap. So this one is going out now. Knicks coming out later on this afternoon. All right. So till later. Goodbye.